Hello! If you're listening to this, then I could safely assume that you share my love of the games medium and that you see its potential. I've been making games professionally for 15 years, and I had been making games for over a decade even before that. Now, more than ever, I'm convinced that games are the most powerful storytelling medium. In my time as a game design professor, I have interviewed hundreds of students who want to make games. When asked why, nearly all of them say that they have a story to tell or an experience to share. However, it's easy to get lost in the process while making games. The craft pulls our minds away from the art and into the solving of problems or the need to make it to the finish line. In the process, we lose track of that why, the why we got into it to begin with. We can lose our identity and forget what drew us into making games. And then that becomes routine, making games for the sake of making them. And that becomes painfully apparent in the games that we make. At that point, we default to whatever we've seen, or whatever is usually done, or whatever others expect to see. But we must resist. We have a responsibility, collectively and individually, to bring forward that which is unique to us and our experiences. As the business of game making continues to grow, seemingly without an end in sight, we are in need to have games that reflect who we are and where we're from. More than ever, humanity is in desperate need for connection. We need to build bridges of understanding. We once thought that this connection would come from social media, but unfortunately that hasn't worked out as planned. But games can achieve this. Games have the power to make someone live an experience that would otherwise be out of reach for them, to build empathy in ways and to degrees that are out of reach for books or movies or other mediums. With games, you can embody someone else, see through their eyes, feel their pain, and share in their joy. We're very good at building new worlds and transporting players in them. And that's a beautiful thing, honestly. But we already have a world that many of us know so little about. Over the years, this craft has become more and more accessible to a larger percentage of the global population. And you are all living proof of this. After all, this is the Global Game Jam. You are the world. Each of you is different in a beautiful, meaningful way. And so I invite you all to put yourselves and your cultures, your history and experiences into your games. Thus, they will become meaningful not only to you, but to all of us. Meaning enriches the work and builds that connection that we desperately need. Thank you.